Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be starting a new series called something like solving challenges or coding challenges, something like that. Basically, I'm going to be using LeetCode.com, and I'm going to be solving some not issues, but some questions which they have on here. So here for the first video, we have this reverse integer question. It's of medium difficulty, and I actually think it's a lot should be easy, but the one thing I noticed is that it's asking for the 32-bit integer range, so that could be a bit of a struggle to consider. In Swift doesn't really, I mean, it does have a concept of 32-bit 64-bit integers, but you don't really encounter it that much. Like, you just set something to an int and don't worry about it, so you know, it could be a bit of a struggle. But what we're going to do is just be solving this problem today, and in this series I'm going to be allowing myself to use Google, simply because there might be some things which I forget or don't know. So yeah, I'm allowed to use Google for these, but yeah, so let's start solving it. So I think this is actually quite an easy question. I'm assuming all I could do is just convert this to a string, then reverse the string, and then we can convert it back to an int, and that should be fine, I'm assuming. We could also check if it's a negative number. If it is, then we will remember that and then add that in at the end. Okay, so let's call this reverse integer, and let's save this, create a new folder. Actually I won't, because I'll just end up leaving it anyway. So I'll just create this reverse integer project, and we'll just go to the view controller since we don't need to really do anything else here. Let's just close all of this. Okay, so let's just copy their question, and I do not want C++, I want it in Swift. Okay, so let's just copy this, and I'm just going to take away the optional sign so it's even more simple. But yeah, okay, so why have I put this in here actually? Let me put that outside there, and then in view did load we can test this by just saying something like print reverse x, and let's give in 1 2 3 as their example. Okay, so what I'm thinking is all we need to do is convert it to a string. So let's create an int string x equals string x, very simple like that, and then we have to reverse this string. So let me just check if there's let me try and just see this. So let reverse string equals string x dot reverse returns an array returns view. I'm not sure, it might just do an array, but then we'll have to convert this array back into a string, which might be a bit annoying. Let's just see what type this is. Reverse collection. I wonder if we can convert this straight back into a int. So let's just try and return int reverse string. Let's see if that works. No, because that calls, so maybe that's not going to work. Let's see if this works. Value of optional. Okay, so I think, is that it? Okay, so let's try this. Let's build this. Oh, I do not want an iPod Touch. I want it to be on a iPhone 13 mini, because that's the one I always use. But yeah, we're just going to be trying this. Honestly, I could use Swift Playgrounds, but I prefer to use regular Xcode more. So let's just see if this works. If I just put this over, not sure, but let's just go here. Okay, so you can see it reverses it to 321. So I know this is going to be wrong because we haven't accounted for negative numbers yet, but let's just put this in and let's see what it tells us. Let's click submit. Oh, I need to sign in. Okay, give me a sec. Okay guys, I'm back, and now that I've signed in, let me try and use this. Let me just try and put this in, see what kind of errors it gives at me. So we'll click submit, and I know this isn't going to work, but let's just see what it gives us. Okay, so last executed input and process exit. Okay, makes sense because it's a negative number. So what we can do is we can just check if it's divisible by -1, I think. Oh no, all I need to do is here, what we'll do, check if value is below 0. So if x, and let's also create a new variable x, just so we can actually modify it here, and then let's do if x is lower than 0, x multiplies equals -1. So times it by -1 if it's lower than 0, and let's also create a new variable, negative, and default let's set it to false, and if it's true we'll set negative to true, like that. Okay, so once we've done that, we can just check here, create a variable var return int equals int reverse string. Now we'll just check here if negative equals true, and we will just multiply it by -1. Okay, and return int multiply equals -1, like that. And now let's just return int, like that. Okay, so let's try this now. Copy all of this, place this in, click submit, and let's see if it works. Okay, input. Okay, so this makes sense. I'm assuming this is referring to the thing. So if reversing x causes the value to go outside the signed 32-bit integer range, then return 0. Okay, so what I'm going to search up is how to check whether an int, oh my god, I cannot type, is 32-bit in Swift. Let's see what comes up. Okay, nothing of that, nothing of that. Okay, so actually wait, what am I doing? All I need to do is check if it's greater than a 32-bit number. So let me just search up how big is a 32-bit number, and oh my, let's see this, and okay, so largest value it can represent is 2 to the power of 31 minus 1. Okay, so all we need to do is work out what that is and we'll be good. So I wonder if I can just type that in here, and it's 2 billion. Let me just copy that, put that in there, and go back to our question. Let's go to submissions and copy that. To be honest though, this does not look bigger unless I'm not adding in these commas. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So now all we can do here is add in another check. If return int is greater than 2 million, this 2 billion, we'll just set it return int is equal to 0, like they asked for. Okay, so and what's this error? Type int cannot be used as a boolean test for oh, I know what's wrong. These commas should not be in the actual number. Alright, so let's see if this works now. Let's just input this. I'm just gonna run this, see if this works, and hopefully give us 0. Okay, good. And now what we can do is let's put this code in again. Okay, so yeah, this is basically how these problems work. You just try something, it'll give you an error and why it's not working, and it will tell you why it's not working. Okay, so input this, output, let me just get those 32 numbers back, and it's just smallest value can represent is that, so let's work that out. 2 million. Okay, so the smallest one it could be is this. Okay, so now all we need to do is we just need to check whether it's also smaller than that. Let me just put it in the commas so I can see how this would work. So if it's if the range, so okay, let's do a or statement here, or returnant is greater than no, smaller than, and this number here. Okay, oh my god, let me just make this a tiny bit bigger so that it all fits onto one line. Okay, and let's take away these commas. Oops. But yeah, this is basically how it works. It does take a while to get a good solution, simply because obviously you have to go through all of these trials, but hopefully this works. Okay, there we go. And there's actually quite a good score, probably because we're using a lot of inbuilt functions, but still. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in a future tutorial. Bye!